acknowledge that we're on a Wabakal country and acknowledge the elders, both past, present and emerging. And we also like to acknowledge the elders from other communities who are present here today. And yeah, thank you for being here.
This is the story of the Wangkumara family's journey from their country, Tibooburra, in the west, heading east to the mighty Baaka Barwon River, home of the Ngemba people.
Yarning is the lived experience of a story. The key elements are trust, respect and reciprocity. The listener is given the responsibility of passing the knowledge on to the next generation. This is my responsibility, and now I share this story with you.
The Aborigines Protection Amendment Act 1936 increased the powers of the Aborigines Protection Board, allowing them to confine Aboriginal people against their will.
Where an Aborigine or person having an obvious admixture of Aboriginal blood is, in the opinion of the board, living in insanitary or even undesirable conditions, may, if a stipendiary magistrate or police magistrate, on application to the board, can be ordered to remove themselves to a reserve or other place controlled by the board.
It was known as the Dog Act because Aboriginal people could be moved on, rounded up and trucked off to any government station, a mission or reserve at any time.
In 1938, about 130 Aboriginal people, including the Wangkumara families, were removed from Tibooburra to the Barwon station, the old mission, 500 kilometres away.
Right, come on, we're leaving in 2 hours. Get your stuff together.
If you had 2 hours to pack up your belongings, what would you take?
A change of clothes, some linen, precious family photos, the dog.
No, you can't take the mongrel animals. Dogs stay here.
But the Tibooburra families couldn't take their pet dogs and cats, or their livelihoods, their horse and donkey teams, their cows, camels and goats. Some of the old people wouldn't get on the trucks unless their dogs came too. They worried about what would happen to them.
Would they be stolen, be left starving and thirsty?
Or be shot dead.
Right, come on. Get going. On the line up. There's a bit of speed, it'd be good. Come on.
The drivers were me, Gwen Barker, and a Lorina Warrior man, and my mate, Dudley Moore. And the other drivers were the mission manager and the police.
You're driving the truck, Jimmy? Huh? Come on, Jimmy. You want to drive the truck? Good on you, man. Come on! Everybody on board.
As the people climbed aboard the Gubby trucks, they cried out to the ancestors, to the spirit beings and the sacred sites sent to country. We're sorry we're leaving you. We're sorry no one to look after you. We're sorry we will remember you.
As the trucks left Thompson Creek, the wailing began.
Come on, we need everybody, not just
Come
a
on,
few.
everyone. We'll go
Come on,
now.
come on. I don't want to have to be telling you again. Come on. This way. Just follow the truck. Follow the truck. Don't roll upside down in the mouth about it. Things could be worse. Come on.
English at all times. It is forbidden to speak Aboriginal languages here. Your homes will be inspected for cleanliness every week. You will be given some soap so that you can keep your sheets sparkling white. You'll be given blankets
once. All men and boys must collect ready for work. Failure to do so will mean that your family does not receive its weekly ration.
When the bell rings twice, you must collect your weekly ration from the mission store. Flour, sugar and tea. If you are late, you will not receive your weekly ration.
When the bell rings 3 times, all children must attend the schoolhouse. Do not be late. If you are late, your family will lose 1 week's ration.
When the bell rings 4 times, your children must report to the nurse for treatments. They will receive eye drops every day, and once a week their eyes will be painted with blue stone drops, copper sulfate. Failure to comply will result in your family not receiving its weekly ration.
Everybody must bathe regularly in arsenic sheep dip to control lice and other vermin. If you do not obey this regulation, your family will lose 1 week's rations.
If the bell rings continuously, you must all assemble in front of the big house, my house, and be prepared to be counted. You will call me master at all time. Failure to do so will mean that your family will lose their weekly ration.
Master, we will then get married next Saturday.
You will not! You must have my permission to get married.
Do not be cheeky. If you are cheeky, your family will lose their weekly ration. Now move along, go away.
Alan, down in this direction, you lot. All yours.
We went on to Barwon. That's where we stayed.
And we lost our old people.
Traumatised by the journey and forced to live too close to our neighbours, the Wangkumara families refused to leave their humpies for 3 whole weeks. They sent their children to receive their rations.
Rations, please, Mrs.
You must collect your ration at the designated time from the weekly store. Move along, go away.
Where's our worker? God, they're always late, aren't they? Government job and they think it's a holiday. There she is.
Quick kids, run! Welfare attendants! You kids, run!
Where are Freddie and Charlotte? We have reports that they have not been cared for properly.